So there have been many different types of full body tracking coming out, and today I'm going to show you.
Hello.
Well, actually, we're going to show you.
Well, to be honest, I think I'm more qualified to talk about full body tracking.
Yeah, honestly, he's going to take it from here.
Yes. Okay, make sure I'm in frame and also that my head's not cropped out and that you can see my entire body. We're good?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So you clicked on this video, the ultimate full body tracking guide. We have multiple different types of full body trackers. We have base stations, IMU, phone tracking, estimation, and inside out tracking. And by the end of this video, you should have a better understanding of what each one of these trackers do and which one will best suit you. Alright, so here we are in my room, as you can see. Very festive. Happy holidays, by the way. And we're going to start off with the most common type and most well-known amongst the community, the base station trackers. Also the most expensive. Like, ridiculously expensive. By expensive, I mean in terms of weight to money ratio. Because this is super light plastic, thin. Like, can you hear that? Why? Base station trackers, amongst the best kinds of trackers, but also more expensive. And why is that? Well, it's because it uses a base station that shoots infrared light, which the VR device picks up and then uses it to triangulate your position and orientation in 3D space. We honestly don't need to get really technical with how exactly base stations work, but the main reason they're so good is because there's a dedicated machine to tracking these trackers. Where in other trackers, they use other means of being able to find out where your position is. And some of the most common base station trackers on the market are the Vive 3.0s, the Vive 2.0s, and also the Tundra trackers, which are on the cheaper side of things. These offer amongst the best tracking that you can get. If you really do want high fidelity tracking, these are the ones to go for. Are you gonna let them know about different types of compatibility with different headsets? So the duck does have a point. These trackers don't just magically work for everyone. So depending on the Vive headset you have, honestly, these trackers will work just fine, like the 3.0s, because they're kind of meant to work in conjunction with one another. But the main problem happens when you have something that isn't natively supported, like for example the Quest Pro. You are going to need a separate application like Open Space Calibrator, where basically you need to tell the trackers where you are exactly in 3D space, and it's not too hard. You just have to do a figure 8 formation. That way your controller tracker then syncs with the other trackers so they're in the exact same location, because if you don't, they're not going to match up. But that's a very common thing, and obviously people have found ways to get rid of that, like for example putting a Vive tracker on your headset, which negates having to do the whole constant calibration thing. Thank you so much for that intel. I don't need you anymore. These base station trackers are known to be the tip of the top, the cream of the crop for dancing, expression, movement, VR stuff. IMU trackers, which stand for Inertial Measurement Unit. These essentially work by using accelerometers, gyroscopes, and sometimes magnetometers to track your position in 3D space, just without the base station. It does it all internally, which equals, you know, tracking inconsistencies, or the thing everyone dreads in VR, drift. IMU trackers offer an incredible amount of flexibility because they're cheaper and you don't need to worry about obstructions such as like a table in your way, because that's the problem with base stations. If anything blocks that IR light, your trackers are invisible. But since the trackers track themselves on IMU trackers, you can cuddle up in a blanket or wear them under clothes. You don't have to be worrying about your dresser, your bed. No occlusion with IMU trackers. So types of IMU trackers on the market would be obviously Slime VR, Hardtor X, Makopi, and all of these actually, I believe, can be converted into Slime trackers themselves using the Slime Tracker software, which is awesome. So you can really get good tracking for IMUs and for a really sustainable price, I would say.
Whoa!
So third on the list that we have is phone tracking, and basically this honestly just uses the cameras to track what your body does in kind of like a 2D space, because you can't really rotate. It only really tracks your forward motion. I've also done videos on this with Vizio. You can see that video here, and it's pretty good for it being free. So it's really cost effective because you don't have to pay anything, and it really offers an incredible full body tracking experience in a way. It is full body tracking, but you know, not the most high fidelity. It uses OFC, Open Sound Control, which basically is used for external communications with programs, and one of them being Vizio. It okay tracks, I'll be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of how it looks. It gets the job done. I used to use it back when I had no form of full body. It does a really good job for it being free and using a phone. But as of for now, phone tracking is okay. It's on the market and it's free. And it's there for those that want to use it, and I have a tutorial on it.
Inside Out Tracking.
So now for the fourth one on this list, which is an interesting one because only Meta's doing it, is Meta's like half body tracking. Basically what they're doing is using the sensors on the headset to track your shoulders, elbows, and hand tracking as well, and torso too. So you get this really nice upper body tracking. And what's cool is that the other half is estimation, kind of like what we're going to be talking about for the fifth one, like Standable. Meta tracks the upper body and then estimates what the lower body is doing. And I also have a video of this on my channel demonstrating it. It's honestly the best thing right now if you don't have full body tracking like that. All you do need, which sucks, you know, everyone right now wishes that it was standalone. I mean, I wish it was standalone, but you need to use virtual desktop. And once you have virtual desktop, if you don't already have it, first of all, virtual desktop is dope to have just to begin with. You know, it's streaming control for PC and everything. It is awesome. Okay. I don't think anyone has ever complained about virtual desktop because it is incredible. I love virtual desktop. But besides its cool virtual desktop features, it allows you to tap into the headset's tracking capabilities. But if you're thinking about getting into the world of VR and you want to get virtual desktop or a Quest 3 or a Quest 3S, I highly suggest using my link in the description down below. It's an affiliated link, but if you use that link, you'll actually get $60 Quest Cash for this holiday offer. So it's honestly a deal. It's a steal because, you know, not only do you get an incredible headset with hardware capabilities, but you can get virtual desktop for free essentially and a handful of other games. So highly suggest checking out that offer. Link in the description down below. You can read it.
Estimation tracking.
For the final type of tracker, we have estimation. And so far, the only really good one right now we have is Standable. And it's now actually Standable 2.0 because now it works with trackers, which I have a video on that. That's a whole separate thing. But essentially, if you don't have any type of full body tracker, Standable will literally go in and fill the gaps. I have a video of using it compared to just the standard VR Chat IK rig, which stands for inverse kinematics, and it's basically the way your avatar moves based on your hand movements and everything. But with Standable, you get an insane amount of human movement with no trackers because it just reverse engineers what your headset and controllers are doing, and it guesses the rest, but it guesses really damn good. You can lay down, roll, do specific poses, and honestly it matches it pretty good. The developer of it, he's so young too, is absolutely killing it. And with Standable 2.0, it's even better. What you can do is configure it to where you can use it with your Vive trackers, and then I'm actually doing that right now. I have a simulated chest tracker that I don't really have because I just have the standard 1, 2, 3, the 3.0s on my body. But with Standable, I now have elbow tracking that I don't normally have, and honestly, it's an incredible option. I have a video about that as well. I mean, I can go super in depth into standable, but that's not so much the purpose of this video. It's just another type of affordable option. It's 20 bucks on Steam, and it's a good option to have if you don't have anything else for full body. Also, guys, so a tracker that I was gonna mention but never really did because it falls in a weird spot. There's these Vive Ultimate trackers that have cameras, and they track themselves, and they're essentially like the Quest Pro controllers, meaning theoretically they have really good tracking. I know my Quest Pro controllers have really good tracking, but they work with the headset, so that's why. And I know you get better tracking with the Vive XR Elite with those trackers. But standalone, I've even made a review and I've mentioned and talked to other people on VR chat. These trackers are still, I mean, they're good. They're great for some people. Honestly, they're just really dependent on light and different types of shapes and stuff that really cements them, you know, in terms of tracking with, you know, how your scene is. But they're in a specific different category because they're weird, but they're still cool. But I still personally believe that the 3.0s are better. I mean, that's just my opinion. You know, you can say otherwise. I mean, you know, maybe you have a good rebuttal, but 3.0s I say are the best thus far. So for a quick recap, we have our base stations, IMU, phone, estimation, and then meta. So far in this current landscape, that's all that I have and kind of seem to have knowledge on. Obviously, there are many other different methods, such as the Kinect, that is basically like the phone tracking. Basically, the Kinect was able to track your body and give you really good full body tracking depending on your angle and everything. But if I had to name every single list of trackers on here, it would be long. It would be a long video. So at the end of the day, what tracker best fits you? And it really depends on everything that I talked about in this video and how much you're willing to spend and how dedicated you are to virtual reality. And if you're a dancer, if you like expressing yourself, it really depends on how badly you want full body tracking. But yes, I highly recommend checking out all those links I have in the description down below. Also, checking out my card.co so you can see all my other social media platforms. And of course, checking out my Amazon storefront where I have all the video equipment that I use for my YouTube videos. That way, if you want to help support my channel, you can use the Amazon purchases that you make to help support me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys for everything. Thank you. If you made it this far in the video, okay, I'm not even gonna say it, okay? Comment what this thing is. What is that? You guys should know what that is. It's a mob in Minecraft. It's a thing that is in your room sometimes. Whatever that is, comment that down below, and if you comment that, I will love you till the rest of eternity. Thank you so much for watching.